up with you? Hello, y'all. Welcome to my channel, Mercy A. Here we talk nursing life, chit chats, advice, and more. If you're a new viewer, thank you for visiting my channel. Hopefully, you'll want to check out some more of my content and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I love you, and please continue to support me in all that I'm doing. We did reach our 100 subscriber milestone, so thank y'all so much for that. It couldn't have been possible without y'all. We're just gonna keep going and keep growing together. So let's get right into the video. So if you're a nursing major, if you're a nurse already, maybe you want to be a nurse one day, you maybe not quite got into a nursing program yet, you may want to know, how do I become a good nurse? Or what does it take to be a good nurse? What are the attributes that I must possess to be a great nurse? So I thought about this question myself. And in my head, I kind of have a few things that I think make a great nurse. But I was like, they're not going to listen to me because I just became a nurse. So what I did was I went out and I asked some people, people who have been nurses for 10 plus years. I asked them a few things, and I have 8 tips for you guys today that will help you become a great nurse. Let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Always listen to your patient. This was said to me by a 15-year plus nurse. Always listen to your patient. If they tell you something just doesn't look right, something doesn't feel right with them, always listen to them. Never think you're above them where, you think you know it all just because you're the nurse and they're the patient. If they say something's not right with them, follow up with them. Listen to what they are saying. Okay, tip number 2. A person who had been a nurse for 15 plus years said that to make sure that you know your patient well. Know them well. When giving a report, if someone's to ask you a certain question about your patient, you should be able to tell them or give them an answer that is accurate. Say, for instance, they asked you if they had skin breakdown, what kind of IVs they got, are they alert and oriented? These are types of questions that you need to know about your patient. You need to know your patient well enough to answer these types of questions. No, you won't know every single thing. And they may be something that you don't know, but the essentials, the things that you should know, it is good to know. Because if you're giving a report and you don't know these things, it makes you come across as incompetent, as a nurse who has not looked at or paid attention to their patients, and it makes you look like not so good of a nurse. So, in order to be a good nurse, know your patients well. Tip number 3. So it was said that in order to be a good nurse, you must be flexible. Well, what do you mean by flexible, Mercy? Flexible as in you have to be able to adapt to certain situations, different situations that may come your way. Each day you go into work, you never know what's going to happen that day. You never know how things are going to go. So you can't get too accustomed to a certain way of how you think things may go, because things can change at any point in time. You got to be able to adapt. Flexible. That makes you a good nurse. Okay, tip number 4. Nursing is a lifelong learning profession. And so, if you're going to be the best nurse that you can be, you always have to be willing to ask questions and learn. Things are always changing. Medicine is always changing. And so, if you want to be the best nurse that you can be, you got to be willing to ask questions when you don't know. Never assume. A nurse of 30 plus years said that she still asks questions even to this day if she does not know. She never assumes. So, you got to always ask questions. If you don't know, ask. And that, my friend, helps you to be a better nurse. Helps you to be a great nurse. Tip number 5. Tip number 5. Don't be a lazy nurse. Don't be a lazy nurse. So when the nurse first told me this, I was like, what exactly makes a nurse a lazy nurse, right? And I had to get her to kind of further go into detail what she meant by that. So, nurses have tasks that they have to complete. Certain things have to get done on certain patients. Some patients might have orders for blood. They might have orders for other things that have to get done. And the more you procrastinate on certain things being done, the more your patient suffers, the longer it takes for them to get better, the longer it takes for them to maybe go home. So don't be a lazy nurse. Do things in a timely manner. Get them done when they're supposed to get done. Just don't be lazy, y'all. Just don't be lazy. Don't be that person. I don't want to catch y'all being that person. Don't do it. Tip number 6. Always, always, always assess your patients. A nurse said this, and I agree 100%. If you've assessed your patient well enough and you know where they're at, then you should know if something changes with them. You know, you should know when something is going bad. Know when your patient is deteriorating, when something has went bad with them, when they're going downhill. You know, I know just a few minutes ago, his face wasn't drooping like this. Or I know, you know, he wasn't sounding like this, you know, about an hour ago, and now he sounds like this. So know when your patient is deteriorating, when your patient is changing, so that you can take measures to save them, to help them. Tip number 7. And y'all gonna laugh at this one. You may even think this one is a joke, but it's real, y'all. You gotta take care of yourself, okay? Self-care is very, very important, y'all. How you gonna take care of somebody else if you don't take care of you? Can somebody tell me? I'll wait. Exactly, you can't. So make sure that y'all take care of yourself. You know, make sure that you take a break. You know, don't try to overwork yourself. You know, and on your off days, get you some rest. You know, relax. You know, regroup. Take that uninterrupted lunch break. Okay, take that time. It's good for your mental state. It's good for you. And last, but certainly not least, make sure that y'all go into the profession for the right reasons. Make sure that if you pick nursing as your profession, that you have a genuine concern for people, that you love people, that you like people, that you don't mind helping people. This is the whole point here. If there's any other goal or end game in mind, I don't see you being very successful and becoming a good nurse. So you've got to want to help people. You got to love people. I mean, it's got to come from here. It's got to come from here. You really, truly got to love what you're doing, because I promise you it will show. Okay, so those are 8 tips for you guys and helping you become a better nurse if you're already a nurse. If you're looking to become a nurse, if you're on your way to becoming a nurse, these are 8 things that can help you to become the best nurse that you can be, a great nurse. I'm sure there's other things that could help you become a good nurse, but these are just 8 tips that I gathered. Some of the consistent things that a lot of nurses, seasoned nurses, said. So I wanted to share them with y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my video and to my channel. And until I see y'all again, y'all be good.